Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, please give us a 5-star review so we can continue to give you the ish that we talk. And now that is out the way, I will not act like I'm on AM fucking radio. What the fuck's the deal? All of you ugly motherfuckers. What's poppin'? I'm here with you. We here together. We gonna make this shit pop. Lindsay, what the fuck is going on? My dog.
Like, what will be a breaking point for you where you just like, you know what, I'm out?
All right. Yeah, so I was about to say this is where we asked the audience.
Yeah.
So
you already
said cheating, right?
Yeah. Cheating.
Okay.
So
Anybody
you're
else?
not giving a pass or nothing like that.
There ain't no way.
That's no way.
Do it once and do it twice. There ain't no way. You lose respect to yourself.
So it's like if it's just cheating for her, like, so is it cheating for you the same way too? Yeah. So like if you cheat, do you feel like I need to leave this relationship?
If I would ever cheat, I would leave you first.
Oh, you such a gentleman.
I do what I do.
You such a gentleman. That shit don't happen in real life, but you such a gentleman.
Oh.
Anything else?
In the moment.
In the moment.
That's different. I wouldn't be in the moment.
So you wouldn't put yourself in the moment. I got you.
Yeah. Like, make it make sense. Like, cause what's the moment?
When I decide it's the moment, it's the moment.
Oh, okay.
If I never say to myself, like, I should probably get out of here.
So like, do the whole time you just like, oh no, this cool. This ain't. We just chilling. She just want to rub my back. That's cool. Ain't nobody tripping. It's like, oh, okay. I mean, okay. Ooh, all right. You ain't gotta kiss my neck. That's okay. Cool. This is not the moment yet.
Not yet.
It's not the moment yet.
I didn't do it.
So it's like, now my pants is down. This is.
If she pulls him down.
Oh, this ain't the moment. This ain't the moment. This ain't the moment.
She did it.
This ain't the moment. So when is the moment? When you're done, you're like, oh, yeah, this is the moment.
Just said, bro. I'm like, oh. I was supposed to go to the store. I was gone for 2 hours.
I had to go get my bro,
that's
right?
The moment, yep.
That's the moment.
That's the moment.
Okay, so that's your.
What you
So this is cheating for you. Like, if she cheats, oh hell no. But like, I just had to wait on the moment. Like, no. That's ain't the moment. That wasn't the moment. No, she sucked my d- I didn't ask for it.
If I don't say the words.
It's like, no, I didn't know. You know when I feel something wrong, baby, I'm gonna just tell you the truth. When she was like, I was like, maybe it's time for me. Ain't no restaurateur gonna run up on Keith Lee. Let's just end that shit right there. Y'all talk a lot of shit, but y'all not about to run up on. Ain't nobody about to run up on him, slap no food out his face, and tell him, bitch, what? Like, that's just not gonna happen to you in no way, shape, possible.
So Saucy Santana got in on it. He pretty much was like, tag me in. And he snapped on DJ Academics and told him to pull up. He was like, go to my page. We got all kinds of bookings. We outside. Come pull up at one of the bookings. You know, and I'll beat your motherfucking
ass. Saucy Santana just doesn't look like the homosexual man that you gonna hit, and he look like that dude off of Low Down Dirty Shame. He ain't about to grab his face and be like, oh, Bernard.
Him, you slut! Bernard.
He about to beat the dog shit out of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And I'm laughing because it's gonna be so funny because you're gonna see a dude massively beating the shit out of a man with an open fist, and you gonna hear, bitch. What up, bitch?
E.
What up,
E.
bitch? What up, y'all? What's up, everybody, my live listeners, man? This is the Ish That We Talk. You know who I am, man. I am the host of this show. I am Lee. I am the joint smoking, black toting, bad MO that you see in front of you. Sometimes I switch that, sometimes I don't, but you know what it is. I am with the lady that pushes the bells and the whistles. The lady who is the end all be all of this show. Without her, you would not know me. So you got to give her the utmost respect. The brown bombshell, the blonde, beautiful, always composed, beast of an intelligent woman that she is. I can't do nothing but give her the utmost respect. And if you think anything less of her, then you know I don't even have to say nothing. She'll slap the dog shit out of you. So let's give a round of applause for my cousin, my co-host, and the curator of this show, Lindsay.
Hello, how's it going?
And this is the Ish That We Talk. Like I said before, we got the pleasantries out the way, but I always got to give a big super shout out to Twitch. You guys are my greatest rivals and my greatest people at the same time. And also give a major shout out to TikTok, not only because you guys give me a lot of views. I mean, for me, you know, getting 400 or 500 views for me is cool because I'm not one of those people who quote unquote is a content creator unless it is the podcast, but you guys do that, and you guys have given me followings, and hopefully that curates over to the Ish That We Talk podcast. But you know, I ain't about to keep sucking y'all dick. What the fuck is the deal, my dog?
What's going on?
Same old business, you know. Out here, you know, just you know, living my life and like it's golden in my Jill Scott voice.
Yeah, well, that's always a good thing. How was it Comic-Con that you went to? How was it?
Comic-Con was awesome. We went through there. Of course, my beautiful baby boy, he went to sleep, so I had to carry him the whole time through. But we had a good time nevertheless. People watching is amazing. I've seen a lot of people in great cosplay. Got to see a lot of people that made comic books. Ran into a guy, a black man who has his own comic book studio, which was really dope.
Okay.
You know, took a lot of pictures. We did not get to actually like talk to celebrities, but we actually went down Celebrity Row. It was a lot of major celebrities there, which was really dope. Which was I messed up. Well, technically I didn't mess up, and I would give it to my man Mike. My man Mike, he would have provided me a pass where I can go there. So I could have took a picture with someone, but he didn't answer his text in time. So I'm gonna have to tell him, you know, a big shame on you, my guy, because had you to let me know in the beginning that you had a pass for me, I would have been focused on looking for you. But when I told you where I was at, you didn't respond, and I was there for a couple of hours. Keep in mind, he didn't respond until I was about to leave later, which we were there for about 3 hours. So
yeah,
you know, shame on Mike, because we really wanted to see a couple of celebrities. We didn't know they were going to be there. So next year, I am really going to focus on who's actually going. I did that a couple of years ago to see a certain individual, but with his bookings, he ended up not being there. But the next time he comes, I really want to see him just on some real man shit. He helped me get through a lot of things at one stage in my life, and I really do want to meet him to actually tell him that I really do love his resolve, because we were going through the same thing.
And he was able to push past that and let you know his pain, but then let you know, like, hey, real man got to shut the fuck up and keep it moving. And I'm not saying you can't grieve, but you got a job to do. And he helped me focus through. So it was one of those things where I'm just looking, and next time he comes through, I'm definitely going to be there. But that's nor here nor there. Comic-Con was really, really amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm glad to hear you had a good time and enjoyed yourself.
You know, I don't recommend this for anybody else, but this year they was charging $40 parking. So
$40.
$40. And so I did not do that. So what I did was I found the nearest alley and I parked my motherfucking car in the alley. Because it was free. I don't recommend that.
Right.
But if you see an alley with a bunch of cars, then slide yourself in the middle of them, because if they get to trying to move in cars, they'll go through the cars they can get to, not the motherfucker in the middle. Because that's what I
did. Yeah. Well, it sounds like that was a good deal.
Yeah.
Was it downtown?
Yeah, it was downtown.
Okay.
It was right by the Marriott. Usually, not usually, but if we really plan ahead of time, we usually get a hotel so we don't have to go through the hassle of parking. But this year, we just bought the tickets and went.
Yeah. I remember you saying the hotel thing before. Yeah, but what I do is I park at work and then get on that thing that goes up and down. What is that street? Main Street? Yeah. Whatever that thing is called, I get on that. That's how I avoid parking.
So Jasmine suggested that, but when you look at that motherfucker and see how congested it is, on days like that, I refuse.
Yeah, and that's fair.
I refuse because it reminds you of a cartoon. You got motherfucking kids and vegetables and large loaves of bread hanging out that window. There's so many people in that bitch.
Yeah, that's true.
And I don't want to do it because she was saying that, like, we could just park because like we go to City Market. She was like, we could just park at City Market and then catch it. And then when it turns around, we could just get off. And I was like, yeah, that sounds good, but I don't even want to be on the bullshit like that.
Yeah. And I get that because it do get packed sometimes. So yeah, but hey, yeah. So, yeah. So I went to a fundraiser this morning. It was a pancake breakfast, and it was a fundraiser for a nonprofit organization that we are actually partnering with for a cruise next year.
Yeah.
So yeah, the nonprofit is called Sisters Living Beyond the Ribbon. So it's a breast cancer awareness organization, and they did. Not only did they do the fundraiser, but they also did mammograms there too.
Oh, that's fly.
Y'all are lucky y'all don't have to do mammograms. Lord have mercy.
Well, you know what? Technically, because we have breast tissue and men do get breast cancer, it should be recommended that men do get mammograms as well.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah, my uncle had breast cancer before too. So, but I don't. Y'all boobs. Well, unless you're like morbidly obese, y'all boobs aren't as big as ours. So y'all don't have to smash them like a pancake. Like every year, like it's recommended for us. So
that is true.
Yeah.
I worked with a guy at USA 800. Shout out to them. He was a breast cancer survivor.
Yeah, she had because she puts on a 5K walk every year as well, and she had a guy come and speak, and he told his story, and I think he had like a bump on his chest, and it had been there for a while, and when he finally said something, they kind of like blew it off. And then they eventually, it was like, okay, well, let's just look and see. And it turned out to be breast cancer.
Mm.
So you really have to be out here advocating for yourself, especially us, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unfortunately. But yeah. So, you know, you got to take care of yourselves. So yeah. But on to more pleasant things. Let's get into these topics.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So, let's start out with something positive. Chris Brown has announced that he is going back on tour, and the tour is called Breezy Bowl. And he's not coming to Kansas City.
Of course.
Yeah. But he's coming to St. Louis. This is supposed to be a celebration for him because it's 20 years in the game. So he's going on tour. Hold on, let me pull it up. Because he's going on tour with a couple of people. Excuse me. Not now. Goodness gracious, what is going on? Here you go. Where is it at? Yeah, so he has Wiz Khalifa coming, Gucci Man, Skrilla Baby, Fabulous. Believe that's just for that show. So let me see who else.
I know Summer Walker was supposed to be there.
Yeah, and Bryson Tiller.
And
So
Bryson
Summer
Tiller.
Walker and Bryson Tiller, that's coming with him. But yeah, like everybody is super hyped for it and whatnot. Would this be a show that you would consider?
I would consider it. I would consider going. First of all, 20 years in the game is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Period. Just as far as anybody is concerned, and then somebody on Chris Brown level, where you some people don't necessarily think he's a top artist. I'm not one of those people that subscribe to that. I think he is a top phenomenal artist.
Mm-hmm.
That took reins of his career a couple of years ago and has been super successful doing it. And so for the fact that he is getting it done and he's having this Breezy Bowl, I think it is going to be phenomenal. If you have never seen him perform, I don't care if it was live or it was on TV. If you've never seen Chris Brown perform, you are doing yourself a great injustice because Chris Brown performs his motherfucking ass off.
Yeah. Agreed. I've seen him a few times. And he's awesome every time I saw him once in Dallas and twice here. And the one time I saw him in Dallas was when he went on tour with Trey Songz and Tyga. And that was that tour that they put on while he was still finishing probation. And some of the dates got messed around because of that. And then they didn't let him into Canada, and it was a mess. But my date for Dallas was messed up behind all that. But they ended up rescheduling it. So I went to Dallas and I just hung out. And then I went back like the next month for the concert. So it was a great tour. Now I totally missed Tyga. Totally missed him. And of course, my favorite at the time was Trey Songz. So, and then my friend's favorite is Chris Brown. And the way they did the concert was pretty cool because Trey Songz came out first and he was doing his set and then it stopped. And then Chris Brown came out and he started his set and then he stopped. And then they went back and forth. So it was kind of like they were battling. So they went song for song for probably like about 5 or 6 songs. And then Trey Songz finished his set and then Chris Brown came and finished his set. So it was cool.
And then a bitch got slapped. Nah, I'm just playing.
Right. But I almost had to fight my section. It was so funny because when Trey Songz started and then he stopped, everybody was like, I'm ready for Chris. I'm ready for Chris. Now we didn't know that he had stopped. So I'm like, wait a minute. Chris Brown gonna get his time. It's Trey Songz time. What are y'all like? Don't do that. Like, because I mean, like the whole section was just a whole section of Chris Brown fans. And I'm like, he gonna get his time. Just wait. He coming. You know, so but it was real cool. And then I saw him twice here. And though they were awesome. They were awesome tours. So he definitely is a top tier performer. He's gonna give you your money's worth. So and yeah, 20 years in the game, that's awesome. Like you can't, like everybody can't say they've had 20 years in the game. And he's had one hell of a 20 years. There's people that still hate him. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah. And yeah, and I love the fact that he doesn't do too much of the negative publicity anymore. That he just pretty much keeps it to the craft. So,
and he has, you know, one thing that I do respect about Chris and this 20-year tour is Chris Brown got timeless music. It's a lot of our entertainers that can't say that.
Exactly.
From 20 years in the game, Chris Brown, from when he started, still has songs he can play to this day.
Yes. That first album still go. Right. And when you hear popping in an arena, it brings off. Like there's nothing like it.
Dude, I'm talking about from my favorite song from when Chris Brown first started can still play today with no hesitation. Mm-hmm. Give me that.
Give me that.
Bop.
Give me that. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Chris Brown is in the building.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got timeless music.
When I rock. Yeah. Yeah. And then even the B-sides, because Your Man Ain't Me rings off.
Yeah.
Yeah. He ain't fly. He don't even drive. Like, that's a diss. Like, that nigga don't even drive. What the fuck? Like, it was age appropriate.
It was age appropriate.
It was very age appropriate.
It was age appropriate for that nigga.
Yeah. It's when you want to sneak out in the middle of the night, baby, I'm your guy. Yeah.
Chris is a phenomenal artist, and it's like, this guy can give you an R&B hit. He can give you a pop song. He can give you a ballad, and then he can rap. Mm-hmm. Like, motherfuckers is really sleep on how talented Chris Brown is. And
yeah.
For me, Chris Brown is the equivalent of what Eddie Griffin said Michael Jackson was. I'm telling my age now, but for my listeners or my people watching us on YouTube, Eddie Griffin had a skit where he talked about Michael Jackson would get off on cocaine and just perform his ass off. This is literally Chris Brown. It's Chris Brown and the next backflips in the air with no warm up. This is fucking Chris Brown.
Wow. Yeah.
And then he'll turn around and beef with a rapper and make a better rap song than a rapper.
Yeah. This is true. Yeah,
This is
true.
This guy right here, listen, he's every bad thing you say about light-skinned niggas, Chris Brown says, hold my coke. It does better.
Yeah. He's top tier. He's top tier. So yeah. Congratulations to Chris Brown for these 20 years.
Oh yeah.
And thank you for these 20 years.
And let me give you 20. Come on, man. Give me 20 more.
Yeah.
I want to be in my 60s going to concerts just like these white people are in 60s going to their concerts with bands when they were teenagers.
Absolutely. Like Chris Brown is that act. You know what I'm saying? Chris Brown is definitely that act. And you can tell that he enjoys what he does. And you can't tell that man is like 36 years old doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? And it seems so crazy that he's been in the game 20 years, but yeah, it's been 20 years. Because that first album came out in 2005, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Black don't crack unless you smoke it, but apparently snorting it keeps you good.
Snorting ain't never hurt nobody, right?
Snorting ain't hurt nobody. A little, you know what I'm saying? A little. Hey, listen, I'm not knocking you, Chris Brown. Listen, I'll tell the truth on everything. Listen, I went through my time when I was on a cocaine cloud too, my nigga. I'm not about to fuck with you like that.
Yeah.
I just wasn't phenomenal as you.
You wasn't doing backflips.
Had I been, I might still be on that shit.
Right. You got to do backflips to the beat.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This guy's phenomenal.
Right. So, but yeah, absolutely. So, congrats to him. And if it looks anything like what he did over in South Africa, I'm geeked. Yeah. So definitely going to see him. He comes to St. Louis. Let me see. Let's see. Because when you want to sneak out in the middle of the night, baby, I'm your guy. Yeah, the tickets go on sale on the 1st, and he comes to St. Louis on September 5th, and that's a Friday. So yeah. Yep, and it's an arena tour too.
I mean, why?
Or
It
stadium,
nothing else. Like if
No,
Chris
it's a
Brown
stadium.
definitely, Chris Brown definitely sells out arenas. He's not going to be in some small spot.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I'm excited. And
to do it as an independent artist, you just it's not. I joke a lot, but you gotta respect a man of this caliber that literally, you know what I'm saying, put his career on his back and has been super successful.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But yeah, so that's good news. Now, I don't think we talked about this last week, so we do want to send out a rest in peace to George Foreman.
We talked about it.
We did?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, again,
rest in peace to George Foreman.
Yeah, George Foreman. I don't remember talking about it. Man, my memory's gone. But yeah,
we did. We've been cooking on Foreman grills since he passed.
That was one hell of a business move, wasn't it?
That was a superior business move.
Guess who missed the call for that? Like literally missed the call for that.
Who?
Hulk Hogan.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Yep. He ended up putting his name on something else, but yeah.
Yeah, that was a practical thing that anybody can use. And George Foreman is an everyday man, so I can see him doing that, and I can see it going straight to the bank because, boom! I am not only am I an incredible boxer, but I did this on top of being heavyweight champion of the world. I just, it was his time to do it. I don't think it would have pushed numbers. Think about it. Foreman grill sounds way better than a Hogan grill.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, 100%. Because the name of the damn grill is Lean, Mean, Fat Grilling Machine. So what would they have called it if Hulk Hogan licensed his name to it?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
What are you gonna do when fat comes to you? Like it wouldn't have been the same thing.
No, no, and he was beloved at a time before we found out he was racist. But yeah,
racist to poor niggas.
Yeah,
you gotta, and I'm not bigging up Hulk, but racist to poor niggas. He did say, if you're gonna do that, at least do it with a nigga that's making some money.
So, speaking of Hulk, his ex-wife made a video I just saw like yesterday. Whew, honey has been the roof. You hear me? The roof. She does not look like herself at all, because she used to be a brick house. But she do not look like herself at all. And she said that their daughter got into like a huge argument with Hulk and cut off everybody. So she ain't even talked to her. She like, well, now why am I in it? I ain't even do nothing. Like, but yeah, she ain't talked to them in like 8 years. Crazy. I was like, what the hell they argue about to where she ain't talked to them in 8 years? Now I'm nosy. But yeah, she made a video. She was all crying and shit in the video and whatnot. And if it wasn't for the caption, I wouldn't have known it was her, because I'm telling you, it didn't look like her at all.
Yeah, because she broke.
No, she gets money from him.
Yeah, but it ain't the money that sustained her. That's why she don't look the same.
Yeah.
You can get money to make sure that you eat.
Yeah.
You don't get money to make sure you cute.
Yeah. Right.
It's a big difference.
And she was talking about that in the video too. Yeah. Yeah, because she was just like, I guess they was really trying to fight her about the money, and she was just like, I just was pretty much a worker that didn't get paid for 20 some odd years. Like, people like to, not give credit where it's due, because Hulk wouldn't have been able to be Hulk without his wife holding down the fort while he was gone to be Hulk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And people like to discredit that and want to label them a gold digger or whatever. And that ain't the case. Not always, you know what I mean? So.
Not always. And that's the, boom, we always take lefts. I ain't even gonna take a left right here. I'm gonna stop right here and just talk to every woman that's with somebody that got some money. Learn how to understand what is coming out and what is coming in. And if something happens where you have to leave the relationship, budget yourself on how to be comfortable. Because it's a big difference when, if you get a divorce and maybe you get half of that man's money, but if you don't know how to manage half of that man's money, that shit is going to be gone.
Yeah.
And then you're only relying on what he's paying you a month, and 2, you find another man.
Right.
Sometimes that money is not enough.
Mm-hmm.
So, make sure you understand that. And that goes for men too. I don't think men are exempt from this. you know, you're used to living a certain way, and then when they leave, they give you a big chunk of change. If you're not financially able to understand how that money actually works, then you're going to fall into the same category too of now you're just surviving off monthly payments. For example, say if you divorce an individual, man or female, and they give you a $10 million payout, and then after that $10 million, they only, and alimony, they're only giving you $3,700 a month. If you're not financially stable and don't know what $10 million is, you are going to quickly lose that $10 million in a year, and then you're going to have to survive off $3,700 a month. And I'm going to tell you, as a person that was living like a millionaire, $3,700 a month is damn near $1,500 a month to live off of, if you know how to manage money poor. And if you don't know how to manage money poor, then $3,700 a month is the equivalent of $300 a month to live if you're poor.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing I have learned from being an avid watcher of all of the housewife shows is 2 words: forensic accountant. A forensic accountant has gotten a housewife a huge payday. This one particular housewife, she came on the show already divorced, with her settlement and whatnot. But as the years gone by, it's come out what all occurred during her divorce. And she was with a man for like 20 some years. He pretty much, you know, built up his company, became rich. During the course of their marriage, she was a housewife. They had 3 kids, right? Once they split up and they were going through the divorce, she ended up hiring a forensic accountant. She found out her name was on all kinds of shit that was making all kinds of money. She did not know. To where at the end of it, she got almost all the properties. She got a lump sum that was in the millions, and she gets child support, and she gets alimony. Her alimony payment alone after taxes is about $300,000 a month.
God damn.
Yes. Yes. After taxes. Then just imagine if she didn't get that forensic accountant. Then another housewife, she's you may know her because she's an actress, Jennifer Tilly. So she's a friend of this season of Beverly Hills, right? She used to be married to one of the creators of The Simpsons. And they split up back in the early years. I think they was only married for like 7 years. But they split up in the early years of The Simpsons, right? She just told this story on this past episode. She said when they split up that her husband, at the time, they had $700,000 in the bank. Her husband at the time offered her half of that. So half of 700 is what? 350. Yeah. So he offered her $350,000. Anybody, especially with her, you know, being a working actress, anybody would be like, okay, that's not a bad deal, right? She said a friend told her, hire a lawyer. She hired a lawyer. Now she's like one of the richest people on the show. She gets a percentage of The Simpsons. And she's got that back in the early stages of Simpsons. Do you know The Simpsons been on since the 80s?
Yep.
So yeah, she made a joke about it. She was just like, how you think I be buying these diamonds and stuff? I buy these diamonds off of The Simpsons money. She said that Chucky money pays for my snacks. So yes, hire a lawyer and hire a forensic accountant.
Or just totally be fair with each other. And first and foremost, man or female, teach your spouse financial literacy And also, I don't care if it's in the beginning of your stage of marriage or on the end of the stage of marriage. Start making them partners, so therefore you don't even have to go through that exchange.
Yeah.
I just feel like for the betterment of people, so you can sleep good and not have to worry about somebody digging into your pockets, you should automatically make sure that if we split, not only can I rid myself away from you, but I also don't have the burden of you every fucking 6 months trying to see what my pockets is like.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times people don't understand. A lot of people don't understand this. So I'll say this right now, that I've never experienced this. I just know niggas that has. Every year, especially if you're getting spousal or child support, every year a motherfucker can demand what your finances look like to get an upgrade.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
instead of going through that, start making them partners in certain things and make sure that they have good, accessible assets and assets that are actually productive to keep them moving, so they don't even fucking hassle you.
Yeah. Right. And just, prenups are always a thing, but some people do try to contest the prenup, but just try not to go off of emotion, because that would be really having people fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And then and then people get angry, especially when they on mad day and they have animosity towards you, all that kind of stuff. So just try to just not go off of emotion, and just try to be fair and honest. You know what I'm saying? Try not to screw one another over.
You gotta think. We always hear the downfall with celebrities or anybody with money when it comes to divorce. It has been some applicable divorces where they just split and they're still good.
Yeah, that's true.
What I'm saying? The unspoken truth about it, that I always be telling people, man, people be looking at me crazy because they only see what they see on TV. I'm like, real talk. Most people that got money, they'll divorce for a couple of years and then they'll quickly realize that everybody else is just trying to get money, and then they end up getting back together.
Yep. I've seen that a couple of times too, where people get back together after a couple of years of being split up.
That happens more than we think. We just always hear about the downfall of shit, or we hear from a bitter nigga or a bitter woman. We don't hear about the people that, this man's net worth was $1 billion, but he made sure before anything happened and they got divorced that she was at least making 17 to 18 million a year when they were married, and then boom, they both split. Everything was cool. Separated. They separated and they realized every time they fuck with a motherfucker just want money from them, and then they end up just fucking with each other again.
Right. So,
but that only happens when you're smart.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you gotta break up, and that's not. I'm not saying break up from your wife or your husband right now, but I'm like sometimes, especially when goals are different. Sometimes you have to separate from each other and then realize where your bread and butter was, and then get back together.
Yeah, sometimes it takes that time apart to realize what you had. So, just if the inevitable happens, just be smart about it.
Just be smart and don't, don't leave it on the table. Listen, and I'm only telling you what God loves, and that's the truth. I remember a couple of years ago, my mother told me, which is crazy because I think my dad's I love my father. Don't get it twisted when I say this. I love my father, but I think my father's a scumbag because he always tries to, every time he sees my mama, he tries to hit on my mama. But a couple of years back, my mama told me, if your father was financially smart and was actually knowing what his purpose was, I would have never left him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the time, my father was an addict, and my father, I don't know because I can't really talk about it because she never disrespected him nor talked about him. But from what my knowledge was, as my father is an addict, rather would deal with people that would let him do his thing instead of trying to be better.
Yeah, and that's usually how that goes. You know, that's usually how that goes because people that want to stay in that and they're not ready to change, they want to be around like-minded people. You know, they don't want to hear no harsh realities because they're not going to do anything about it. So it makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, so definitely makes sense. But, you know, shout out to George Foreman once again.
I don't know. I told you, you started there, and then I stopped the car, and I got to talk about some other shit.
Right, we like
Right.
pull over, like hold on.
You know, right? I like that you reached over and started the key. So
Right, like so.
Right.
Continue on, yeah.
Let's just drive. Let's drive.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, Malik Yoba. Malik Yoba came out and he did a video, and he just pretty much said that he wants to be considered non-white. Yeah. He doesn't he doesn't want to be considered black, doesn't want to be considered anything but non-white.
Yeah. I was about to say. Do you want me to fill in?
I don't know what we're doing with Mr. Yoba nowadays. Like, when he makes these announcements, I kind of be waiting for the other shoe to drop. Because when he made that announcement a few years ago, people was like, yeah, he's doing that to cover up this stuff that's about to come out about him. And so I'm kind of like waiting for the other shoe to drop with this, because it's like, why you just randomly woke up one day and was like, I'm gonna hop on live and tell everybody, don't call me black, call me non-white. So what's going to happen? Like, yeah, what are your thoughts about this?
With our complete respect for Malik, I know what he was trying to do, because that's what he was trying to do the first time he did that. He is trying to carve a lane for people that don't want to necessarily admit to being on certain lanes. At the same time, it's always backfired on him every time he does this. So at one point, with all due respect, you are a one-of-one, Malik. And that is fine that you are a one-on-one and you do what you do. But I listen to a lot of people in finance and who are successful, and a lot of people who are motivational speakers. And, you know, the Achilles heel about being a one is you can only teach zeros, because you're not a 10. A 10, you're able to teach 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4s, 3, 2s, and 1s. Because as a 10, you are able to move in a certain way where everybody can get what you're talking about. Nobody can get what the fuck you're talking about, my nigga, because what the fuck you be talking about should be praised by the people in the lane that you are trying to be a part of. But you try to eliminate those people. You still make it cool for people to be like, okay, let's just bring it in perspective. You try to make it cool for niggas to still be on the down low and fuck chicks with dicks. Stop. Now you trying to say, you know, let's say we non-white. And I get it. You wanted to say, you know, for all people, Asians, all this shit. I get what you were trying to do, but at the same time, people love their culture. It is Nobody's going to do that. And I don't know if you was doing it for DEI, like the Breakfast Club was saying. I think you was really just saying, hey, let's just eliminate this so white folks just won't label us as certain things. Newsflash, nobody gives a fuck about what white folks label you. Not a lot of us, because the majority of us love who the fuck we are. If you don't love who the fuck you are, Malik, go seek counseling. You are a black bisexual male, and just say that. All of a sudden, now you are a non-white, I love everybody individual. Dude, you are a black nigga that likes pussy and dick. Say it loud and say it proud. And let's leave this shit the fuck alone. You're making yourself sound crazy, and I hate that because you are a veteran actor. You should be guiding people better than what you're doing. Stop trying to hide behind names and different variants of what you're trying to put up. This is the problem that we have now, and I don't have no problem with anybody in any type of community. But the problem with everybody in general is they try to label themselves somewhere that it doesn't even make fucking sense.
Yeah.
It don't make fucking sense. A non-white motherfucker is everybody that you see every day, my nigga. Even white folks, because white is not a fucking thing. You crazy motherfucker. White was created. Non-white, a white person can say they non-white because technically they not. You dumb bastard. Like, I don't want to disrespect you, but the more and more I even think about this, I thought about this when I seen when you posted this. I was like, that irritated me the minute I heard it.
Yeah.
Because non-white people or non-white doesn't exclude Europeans. You piece of shit. Let me reel it back. I'm sorry, Malik. I'm just saying. Think of you are way too much of a veteran to have this immature ass mentality.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? We gonna just keep him in our prayers because I don't know what the hell that man be going through, but he be going through it.
He don't like who he is. This nigga, yeah, I'm gonna talk about you. Nigga, you go somewhere, have a drink, take a back shot by a nigga with titties, and then turn around and be like, no, I just love everybody. Like, say what it is. Be you. I promise you. Because even when you tried it back in the day, you know who totally disowned you? The people you were trying to stick up for. Them transgender man and female people was like, get the fuck out of here, nigga.
Yo. So that was the most confusing shit ever. I remember that interview in real time. That was the most, and I feel like I consider myself an ally to the community, right? But that shit had me be like, you know what? Fuck all y'all. I'm tired. I'm confused. And I don't even care no more. Like, that's how confusing that shit was. And I usually get it. And I'm usually good to try to explain it to people that don't get it. But I was confused. I was like, fuck it. I don't care. And that's bad.
Nobody get them. It is cool to have like an opinion about certain things and how you want to represent yourself. That is 100% fine, 100% cool. Mm-hmm. But for you to try to go in there and advocate for a whole people, for what they do, by stacking something that it is irrelevant on top of them, you got to dial yourself back and look yourself in the mirror and be like, who the fuck am I really?
Yeah, because he was confused. And then the people that he brought that were a part of the community that was supposed to be advocates, they were so, like, their attitudes were so hostile that you couldn't even ask them a question. Like, you're talking to heterosexual, ignorant people that are wanting to understand. And they were so combative. And it was just like, well, you know what? Fuck it. You got it.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That shit was confusing as hell. And it's like, I am trying to understand, but y'all are not creating a safe space for me to understand. So fuck it. Y'all got it.
That's the thing. Listen, this is why I do respect, and I'll die on that bed. I don't give a fuck who don't like it or who do like it. This is why I respect the alphabet movement for what it is, because yes, it is things that I don't understand about it, but at the same time, the people that I know in that community don't have a problem to make me understand instead of making me seem like I'm the dummy.
Yeah.
Or making it seem like I'm the one that is, is being wrong in the situation. I just need an understanding. If you give me an understanding, even if I don't understand how you feel, if I understand the understanding, then I'm going to rock with that. Because today, my feelings and my opinion has nothing to do with you. And I'm going to let you ride on how you feel. And I've said this before. I will never say I'm an ally because I don't do certain things. I don't be in movements. I don't do walks. I don't do any of that. But I am definitely one of those individuals that will never, ever allow you to be disrespected on a level, because at the end of the day, what we all are human motherfucking beings. And if you don't respect human beings in a whole, then you don't respect people. I don't care what color you are. Respect the human being.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Like, I just, that was a lot. And the way I look at it is like this, because when you're a black person in a white space or whatever, you have to like gauge the people on if they are genuine with their questions or if they're trying to be funny, right? And so I gauge people case by case on that, and I have no problem with educating somebody that is really genuinely trying to understand. If you're trying to be funny, then we ain't got nothing to talk about. Like, you go pick up a book. But if you're genuinely trying to understand, we can have a conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like that the LGBT community should look at it like that as well. Because some of us are extremely ignorant to that community and to their plight. Probably haven't really been around too many people that were out, or never was in a space where they felt comfortable to even explain or exude their ignorance and genuinely want an understanding. But like, when you look at it like that, and then you may look at it like parallel to like a white person genuinely trying to understand the black culture.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have a problem with answering a question, but everybody's different, so they're gonna, think the way that they think and take you for how they take you. But I feel like they should try to give us some type of grace when we're genuinely trying to understand. And they should gauge it on a person by person, like how I gauge white people on a person by person when it comes to understanding black culture.
Exactly.
So
and don't be afraid to be wrong about things.
Yeah.
We have had this comment. We on this podcast have had these conversations. We have I remember we had that conversation with that young person, because I don't have, and still to this day, I don't have an understanding of pansexual. At the same time, I literally had the opportunity to talk to somebody and for them to explain it to me, and I wasn't, and they understood that I wasn't being mean or trying to crack a joke or be disrespectful.
Yeah.
At the same time, switch that to another side. I had a lovely conversation with a white woman on some things, and I got some clarity about some shit. Which some things I still don't understand, and I still believe white privilege is a thing, but I still understand it. Or excuse me, not that I still understand, but I did get the reasoning of understanding that everybody doesn't understand their white privilege.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things where we need to talk amongst each other. Again, we can always agree to disagree, but that doesn't mean we can't find an understanding in the middle of all of this.
Yeah. Yeah, and there are quite a few people that are white that genuinely do not understand white privilege. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, white privilege in a nutshell is you're being awarded the opportunity to not think about your race every fucking day. That's white privilege in itself. You know what I'm saying?
It's just, you know, it's just one of those, we've been through this. And I'm pretty sure as the podcast goes through, somebody is going to identify with not trying to associate their self with their race. And I'm not going to belittle or downplay them. I am just always going to exude how much I don't think it is a bad thing for anybody to be proud of who they is. That is anybody. I would not, and I promise you, unless you are burning flags and wearing swastikas, it is nowhere in the world I am going to be mad at a white man for being proud that he's a white man.
I don't think that that's what we're trying to say, that you shouldn't be proud of your heritage. I feel like, because saying white power and saying black power are two totally different things, right?
That is 100%.
But when black people say black power, that is because our power has been, especially in this country, has been taken away from us. So it's like an affirmation. You know, we have to keep telling ourselves that we're black and we're proud and we're beautiful, to the point where we have to start believing it ourselves, because we have been told for so long to not be proud, to not be, that we're not beautiful, you know, like all these things.
Bam. And I will take that, and I will raise this, because I've seen this happen. I don't understand, like, because we are able to do that as black people, we're able to do that. Now, at the same time, I'm not saying that when we do that, we're not supposed to exuberate that and act like, you know what I'm saying, that to the fullest. At the same time, for a white man, for a masculine white man, to say that he's proud to be a masculine white man, one, that's not saying he's a racist.
Mm-hmm.
Two, that's not saying that he's belittling anybody else. He's just proud of being who he is. It's a big difference from saying, I'm proud to be a white man, to white power.
Right, 100%.
Two big things, and I want people to understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm never one of those people that is going to tell somebody you need to belittle yourself because of me.
Yeah.
At the same time, I would be wrong as a motherfucker for me to be like, black power and all you white people ain't shit.
But that is 100% what we're not saying.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's a big difference.
Yeah.
It's a big difference from, like you said, looking yourself in the mirror and being proud and saying that I'm proud to be this. I'm proud to be a white man. I'm proud to be a white and masculine and loving my family and doing this and taking the head of it. It's a big difference from saying that in the mirror than looking yourself in the mirror every day and saying, I'm proud to be a white man and everybody is under me and wop and black and white power. That is it is two different things 100%. That I want people to understand.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Like,
but
that ain't me saying, you know what I'm saying, let all white people be white supremacists. No, but I think you should be proud of who you are.
Yeah, 100%. If like I just said, like, you should definitely be proud of your heritage, you know. But, you know, saying white power is that does not mean black power.
That's a whole different. Well, that's a whole different ball game than just saying I'm proud of who I am.
Right, 1,000%. So
that's a big difference.
Yeah.
Even I mean, because I don't idolize in certain things, so I'm never gonna like jump on the bandwagon of saying black people are supreme over white folks, because that and now when I say this, really understand what I'm saying, because when I say this, I'm not saying people that say this are racist. What I'm saying is people that say that have a president or excuse me president I'm trying to figure out the word prejudice way of thinking. I don't think that way. I'm never going to put anybody, because this is if you have been spiritual in any type of way growing up, if you read any type of Bible, this is why everybody gets pushed back, because you try to put your people on top of everybody else's people. And the problem with that is everybody under the sun are God's creation, so we should respect each other in the same light.
Agreed.
I don't care what ideology you done heard of this and Jesus was black and they said they hate gay people and blah blah, whatever it is. In the end of the day, we have to understand as a being that in order for us to ever do something that's beyond war and fighting, is if we agree to understand that all of us are under God's rule and we're God's creation. And I'm not trying to be biblical or spiritual or any of that, but if you don't believe that we were created by somebody who created all of us to treat each other as equals, then that's when you probably need to take a step back and realize exactly what we're here for. None of us are and this is just my opinion, none of us are here just to fight.
Yeah.
None of us are here to feud because of a color or of the way a nigga talk.
Mm-hmm.
You know, shout out to Saint. You know, how dare you stop what I'm doing because you don't like the way a nigga talk?
Right.
Fuck out of here.
Right.
If y'all don't respect this movement and keep it moving, so all of us can understand that at the end of the day, man, we have to stop worrying about the little atrocities. And I'll bring it back to Malik. Stop worrying about the little atrocities and trying to say the small thing that's happening with us, instead of realizing the big thing. Don't know. In the grand scheme of things, again, nobody is fucking white. Because white is made the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yes, we have Europeans, we have Asians, we have Indians, we have Native Americans, we have all. White is a color.
Yeah.
White is not it's made the fuck up.
Right. And it's made like white, a lot of things fall under a white person. You know what I'm saying?
And we say it, I say it. These white people. But when you get into the grand scheme of things and you want to like make a movement, this is why things don't happen. Why you think Hebrew Israelites are only on the corners of main streets? Because they keep saying white devil. If you keep saying white devil, that's a color. Devils are everywhere.
Devils are. But they're specifically talking about the white ones.
Yeah. But devils are everywhere. So are we gonna just talk about the devils, or are we just strictly on the white ones? Because it is some quote unquote white devils, but if we're gonna talk color, if we're gonna make this up, because black is made up too, but we're not gonna go in that route. But
no, we're not going down that road.
But black and white dudes. So if we're gonna talk about one thing, we have to talk about the other. It has to be a contrast with it.
Yeah. Well, they're like, okay, well, we're just gonna focus on the white ones. Let somebody else focus on the other. And
that's why you're only gonna be on the corner.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And it's no disrespect to Hebrew Israelites. I know a lot of them. Some of them my homies. Shout out to DeAndre, one of my biggest homies. I love that nigga. One of my biggest supporters. But at the same time, you have to understand that devils come in every color. And colors are not race.
Yeah. So shout out to Malik Yoba with his non-white ass. So
Fucking weirdo. Weirdo. I'm sorry. I went on. I do this all the. I'm one of those people, y'all. I'm sorry. I just don't. I don't get that now. When I say that, it's been times that I've been obstructed and I've been disrespected by quote unquote white people, but I don't think that's all white people. So I'm just not gonna allow people to just put this junction in there and then just set a precedent where now we have to sectionalize the people to be a bunch of people pieces of shit. And the reason why I do that is because that's what they did to us. So why would I do the same fucking thing that they did to us and expect change?
Yeah, true. So yeah, that's Malik Yoba. So now we have entered the fuck shit part of the podcast. Marvin
Did we just enter it now, and I think we've been in this shit.
I mean, yeah, we kind of have, but now this is like a whole another room of fuck shit. So yeah, I feel like we're going through the Carter. I came back around. Hey, I came back around.
Man, look down on them niggas to be working.
Right. Just a little morphine. Let me see you inject it. Like so yeah. Marvin Sapp. Marvin Sapp is a preacher / gospel singer. And he has gone viral recently for a video of a sermon that actually the video was made in July of 2024, and it made traction, but this time it's come back around. No pun intended.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's gone viral again. And it's gone super viral to the point where he was like trending. I want to say number 9 when I checked. Because everybody was tripping about this 2.5 minute clip video where Marvin Sapp told the ushers to lock the doors because he wanted the congregation online and in person to give again, and he wanted to raise $40,000 in this particular offering. He wanted them to all get up and walk around, put the baskets in the front of the pulpit, and everybody walk around and give. And he wanted literally everybody to, put in a certain amount so that they could raise this $40,000. He did end up coming out with a statement in regards to that video, but a lot of people was upset, and rightfully so. One thing I did see that was hilarious was that somebody said, never would have paid it.
Never would have paid it, nigga. Fuck you. Oh, my mama.
Right. On dead homies. Because I already tithed. I already gave my offering. And now you want to do a special offering for what? For what? Because this ain't the building fund. All the doorknobs are fine. You don't need no more doorknobs. The building is good. So what is this extra? And then he had said something about they gotta pay to be in that pulpit or whatever. So I'm thinking, like, do preachers have to have a license to preach now and they have to renew it? Like, what are you talking about? So yeah, a lot of people was pissed. What are your thoughts?
I'll make it quick. I'll just say this. I've said this before on the podcast. A lot of you people are being led by false prophets. If you don't decide to become spiritual and start reading the Bible for yourself and getting the understanding for yourself, you are always going to fall victim to people like this. With that being said, locking the doors to a church so everybody in this church can pay $20 so he can raise $40, that is extortion, and he should go to jail.
And kidnapping.
He should go to jail. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. I don't care what God you think you're serving. I don't believe that is the way to raise and lead a flock. Period.
Yeah, I agree 100%. We actually had this conversation when I was in the nail shop yesterday. My nail shop is like a multi-purpose shop, so it's a barber in there, and we were all talking about it. And the barber, you know, he had his disdain on display for the church as a whole, you know, for his own personal reasons. But he was just like, you know, that's what y'all doing, blah blah blah. And we was just telling him, like, ain't nobody signed up to be kidnapped, you know.
No.
Ain't nobody signed up for that. And you know, you have your beliefs and you believe one thing or whatnot, but like you said, you know, you pretty much have to do your own due diligence when it comes to your religion and to your spirituality, because you cannot, even if they're not a false prophet, you cannot follow everything chapter and verse with these prophets, with these preachers, reverends, bishops, whatever, you know, because at the end of the day, they are human and they do fall short of grace. However, they're held to a different regard because they're leaders of a flock, you know. But it just really sucks.
I respect the preachers more. The preachers that I respect are the ones because when I went through my spiritual journey,
mm-hmm.
the ones I respected was when they said a verse and they gave their opinions, they asked the church what their opinions was. Okay. And they never downplayed it or said that their opinions were not invalid. They, you know, I remember one in particular where this bishop he had said a verse and he had talked about what it meant to him.
Mm-hmm.
So he asked everybody else what it meant to them, and everybody's thing was different. And he had said it off the flip, like, as different as it is, we all came to the same conclusion of we all have to do better.
Yeah.
Those are the individuals that I respect because they put spirituality in your own hands. Don't just follow me. Don't follow a random guy.
Yes.
You have to, it has to be something in your own accord, because I can't, and this bishop at the time, he said, I can't hold your hand to heaven. You ain't. Only person that can hold your hand to heaven is God and Jesus.
Yes.
So it's not me.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be God and Jesus. And if you're not holding the hand of God and Jesus, then whatever I'm saying to you don't mean a hill of beans.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the honest to God truth.
Yeah.
Those are the only individuals I respect. I also knew a pastor who didn't live off the church. I respected him more than anybody because he really actually had a 9-to-5. So all the ties actually went to the church.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said it off the flip. I'm not living off y'all. Y'all would never say that the car that I drive is because you paid for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He was the one that told me that a lot of people follow money. But the thing is, what we need to follow is time. We need to realize what we're putting our time into. And so he put his, if he wasn't preaching, he put his time into actually making money for his family, because he wasn't going to rely off the money off the church, because it should be in the church.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've heard of people having the same thought process as you do in regards to that. My whole thing is that I don't necessarily have a problem with a preacher drawing a salary from a church if I see it going, like if I see them doing something with the church. Now, if you just drawing from the church and you just come up there and you preach every Sunday and don't nobody understand what the hell you talking about, you ain't really trying to grow the church, you know what I'm saying? And we truly need a building fund because the building is breaking the fuck down, then we got a problem. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's one thing. But if you are building the church, if we see in some expansions, or, you know, like the congregation is getting bigger, like we're doing things in the church, you're keeping folks active, and you're really preaching the word. And then on top of that, with the Bible study and whatnot, having conversations and bringing receipts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like at the end of the day, we're all going off of the Bible. Now, it can have 1,000,001 different interpretations, but when you have the receipt, like, okay, well, this goes back to this chapter and verse and blah, 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 and this is why this is interpreted this way and all this kind of stuff. Like, just have receipts, you know, and make me want to engage, then that's something totally different. You know what I'm saying? So,
and that I 100% agree. When it, like, I don't fault pastors or bishops for not having a job and living off the church. But when you live off the church, you're not supposed to live high off the hog.
No, that's true too.
This is the thing, like, because I've seen, and I will say this, I've seen churches, mega churches, that brings a bunch of money in, but that money was allocated because this bishop that ran the church was actually about community. So not only did he have a food drive, he had breakfast and lunch for individuals who were working in the area, but could not, you know, for a moment in life, could not afford $14 at McDonald's, so you would only pay $5 for an actual meal. At the same time, he also had a Montessori school in this church where, it was a certain amount of money to bring your kids to that, but it was way cheaper than any other private school. So I've seen that, so I don't have a problem with that, because that bishop wasn't living high off the hog. I'm talking about the bishops like Marvin Sapp, who want to lock motherfuckers in and demand $40,000 from them.
Yeah,
those motherfuckers I got a problem with. Those niggas, and when I say niggas, it's some white niggas too. I have a problem with.
Right.
I have a problem with a white nigga bishop that says weird shit like, I want to ride private because I don't want to be in a plane with a bunch of devils. And all those devils are the one to go to your church. You bitch ass nigga. So these are the people that I'm talking about. I would never say that a pastor shouldn't or couldn't live off a church, especially if God has called you for a certain thing. God is going to take care of you in that way. So that I know what I'm saying, I don't have a problem with. But at the same time that I say this, and I want y'all to understand this listening to me, it is one thing for God to call an individual to a sermon, and it's another thing for financial gain to call somebody to a sermon. It is a lot of motivational speakers that stopped making money on the motivational side, so they became pastors. It is a lot of individuals that came from the streets and they legalized their money by being pastors and bishops. It is a lot of people who were hustlers, and they turned their hustle and the way they know how to juice niggas by the way they talk into the way they preach. These are the individuals that I'm talking about. These are the individuals that I'm talking to. Is all of those individuals wrong? No. I happen to know an individual that started from drug dealing and became one of the dopest preachers I've ever seen in the world, and only focuses on preaching and only focuses on being better as an individual. I know this man personally. At the same time, I also know an individual who started off selling dope and is a raggedy ass pastor. Real talk. I'm not going to say nobody's names, but both of them know me still personally. So if they ever listen to this podcast, both of them niggas will know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And it just is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. And it be like that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's a good thing when a pastor has a story to tell. You know what I'm saying? Because they're more relatable than the one that was like, I knew I was going to be a preacher at 5 years old. You know, sometimes they're more relatable, you know. But yeah, some people do look at it as a way to clean their money too. So
yeah. I mean, it's just one of those things. It's all about conviction. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I say this, every time I talk to y'all people, I can only tell y'all from a real place. I'm never gonna tell y'all something that I've just heard from another person. I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness. Growing up as a Jehovah's Witness, my mother wanted to make me a elder, so I preached growing up. So it is certain levels of spirituality that I know that other people don't. So when I say you are a false prophet, I stand on your neck on that because I've been there, done that. I would never try to do the things that I was doing as a young man, or because I was 9 to maybe 12. I would never try to do that unless I went back and really understood it instead of trying to emulate it now. Like the way I talk on this podcast and the things I do on outside. God's law. But you have some people that do that.
You froze, so I didn't catch everything you said.
I said I would never, as the person that's on this podcast or the person that lives the life the way I live, I would never turn around and tell somebody that what they're doing is wrong and they need to follow a certain path if I'm not following that path.
Yeah, right.
I would never do that. But you have people to do that. We see it all the time.
All the time.
For Warren Sapp, not Warren Sapp. Warren Sapp ain't got shit to do with this. For Marvin Sapp to tell motherfuckers that he has to lock the doors and nobody's leaving until he gets $40,000. Why didn't $40,000 come out of your account? That would have been. Now I wouldn't even fault him. And you know me, because I like to play devil's advocate. I would not fault him if he said right there in his church, I just put $40,000 in. I need y'all to do the same thing. If he'd have showed receipts on that, I probably would have been like, oh, well, shit. I mean, you lead by example.
Yeah, and he did put in some money. Like the video does show him putting in money. I don't know how much it was though. It could have been $5.
Exactly. It wasn't $40,000. That nigga didn't go in that motherfucker like a dope dealer do. You know, clapping shit together. Bop, bop, bop.
Right.
Boom,
right.
boom, boom. That's what I'm putting in today.
Right.
All I need is 20,000. It's 1,000 of y'all. It's 1,000 of y'all watching. Y'all send me $20. Y'all drop $20. Boom, 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 boom. Let's do that. All y'all sitting up here, because I just dropped 40. I don't even want 40 from y'all. Drop 100. Now, if he'd have did that, I would have never followed him. I would have never, because I don't know what the fuck he's gonna do. But the fact that you showed that I'm gonna lead by example, that's a whole nother ordeal.
Yeah,
it's a whole nother ordeal. And I think people have to understand that. Like, it's one thing to force a nigga hand, and it's another thing to say, "Hey, this is what I'm doing."
Right.
And I'm not saying you got to match my 40. I ain't saying match my 40. Give me what you got. Whatever you, if you had $2, give me that. I'm not demanding 40 because I just put 40 up. So whatever you got extra. If you just got $1, let me get that. If 1,000 people right now give me $1, that's $1,000 fucking dollars.
Right.
This is the type of shit you do.
Yeah.
You don't lock the doors and demand a motherfucker give you 40 bands.
Exactly. And that's my thing, because like if it all is all in the way that you present it, like if he would have been like, okay, we're gonna do this extra offering because like I'm a guest here, so we want to, accommodate the home church or whatever. I know we already did tithes and offering, but I want to do an extra offering. I'm gonna put up $100, but whatever you can give for this extra offering, let's do that. Let's go ahead and bless this church. You know what I'm saying? Let's go, like, there's a way to do that. But the way that he came, because like $20 really ain't that much. Unless it's that much.
And $20 is a lot. And the only reason why I say that is because in my case, $20 is not a lot of money. I'm blessed to say that $20 is not a lot of money for me. I in a day, I know I'm gonna spend $20, so that's not a lot for me. Yeah. But I am at the same time I say that I'm not nobody on a fixed income.
Exactly, and that's the reason why I was saying, like, if he would have worded it a different way, then $20 really ain't that much to a lot of people, unless it is that much, right? I think that's a fair statement. Exactly. But the way that he came at them was all fucked up. Lock the doors. Y'all ain't doing nothing but going to eat after this anyway. Just $20. Go ahead and put it in there. Like, even if it's through your phone, I want everybody to get up and just hit your phone. Just hit your phone on the collection page. I need to see everybody get up. Well, who is you? I don't give a fuck if I had $40,000 in a spend account that all I'm gonna do is go to Starbucks every day and get gas with. I'm not giving you $20 because of the way that you came at me. And I bet I'm leaving here. Listen, I bet you're going to unlock the doors when it's time for me to go.
I could have been a major drug dealer in this community and had 40 grand in my pocket right now. I ain't giving your bitch ass shit.
Not $1.
And as soon as you said lock those doors, I would have immediately went to those doors and told them niggas, if you don't open this motherfucker up right now,
I'm airing it out.
I'm going to air this motherfucker smooth the fuck out. Dude. You going to understand why all these old people don't like me when I come in this bitch. If you don't open this goddamn door, bitch ass nigga.
Right. Like 100%, because it's all about how you come at people. You're not about to lock me in this motherfucking room and tell me I gotta pay to leave. Fuck y'all. I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
Leave, nigga. Right, listen. And I don't sell dope no more. I'm a regular dude. But had I been there that day, and you would have seen him saying, lock the doors, you know what you would have heard? Boom! Because I would have kicked the door wide the fuck open. Who the fuck are you?
Right. I'm like, if these ushers don't move away from these motherfucking doors, y'all gonna let me out of here.
Y'all about to, come on, man. Listen, I'm
them white gloves about to get dirty
today. Out of whoever the fuck said something to me. And I don't discriminate. So that means ushers, those bitches with the white gloves, old lady. I ain't gonna hit no old lady, but I'm gonna move her ass to the side.
Dude,
get your old ass away from me.
Them white gloves about to get dirty today, because y'all gonna let me about this motherfucker.
Those bitches with the white, I've seen those bitches with the white gloves. Touch me if you want to, bitch.
Yeah.
And that's not me being on no extra or me being on no zesty shit like, I slap a bitch. Like, no. Yeah. Grab me like you gonna hold me in that church if you want to. Dude. I'm gonna punch you dead in your mouth like your baby daddy be doing.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, I was an usher when I was a kid in church. Them ushers don't play no games. It is not a game. Them gloves are not a game. Them outfits are not a game. Those posts are not a game. And you're going to sit where the fuck I tell you to sit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Listen,
it is not a game to be no usher, but it would have been a game that day because we gonna play if you don't get the fuck out of my way. I'll tell you that much.
I used to fuck with a lady who was an usher, and on Sunday she wore that whole white suit, white gloves, all of that every Sunday. No Sunday she lapsed, even when she was sick. So I know it's real. At the same time, that lady in particular, if it wasn't Sunday, oh yeah, she was sucking dick from the back. She was nasty. Nasty.
I'm trying to see what they were.
You say it all the I'm telling you, listen, I'm gonna tell you the truth. She used to be like, damn, you too short to have a dick this big. Yeah. Oh, bitch, don't let it fool you. Don't let it fool you, bitch. Don't let this height fool you, bitch. I do jumping jacks. I slap my belly with this dick. You got me fucked up.
Hell no. But come Sunday
though, I no bullshit.
She gonna
we
be
could had a
post.
real nasty Saturday, and she up 6 a.m, getting herself together.
Okay.
I said, damn, she dedicated like a motherfucker.
Okay. Because what you're not gonna do is knock her off her post. That's what's not gonna happen. Because Shirley been trying to get my post for years, and I ain't got time. I let that bitch do it while I was on vacation one time. Now she been gunning for it. No, you can't have my post. You can't have my door. Yeah.
Unless we was out of town every Sunday, she was. I'm talking about nigga, multiple white suits too. Not on that
right.
You know, I put the same suit on. I just take it to the cleaners type shit. No, this bitch had like 7 white suits.
Yeah, and you know that's for after Sunday before Labor Day. Because they have the after Labor Day before Easter blue suit.
You know what? See, you know more than I do. I just know that bitch had several white suits.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I was an usher. My mama was an usher too. Yeah, you have the after Labor Day before Easter blue suit, and then you have the after Easter before Labor Day white suit. Yeah, it was not a game. It was not a game.
Yeah, she was dedicated. She was dedicated on them Sundays.
You
come to her house on a Tuesday though. Fuck around, tell you some crazy shit. You bend over and you see a rainbow coming out her booty. You like, what? You nasty as a motherfucker.
It was anointed though.
It was anointed. Listen, never disrespected me.
You're right.
Never disrespected. She was cool. That bitch didn't have all them kids. I probably we would shit.
Right.
Probably still be there. If that bitch had 5 kids, I couldn't do nothing with that. I couldn't do nothing with that. No disrespect to anybody with 5 kids. I'm just telling the story.
Right. But yeah. Never would have paid it. So.
Never would have paid it, nigga. Fuck you. On my mama.
Right.
I'm gonna stand on that.
Okay. I don't care what I had in my pocket. No, sir, you're not getting.
Y'all would have heard chains and doors rattling. I would have been kicking the dog shit out them doors.
Right. Somebody said on Twitter, they put up a post and said, this would have been me if I would have came to the door. And it was a clip from Lean On Me when the fire marshal came to the school and they was like, get the chains off the door, get the chains off the door.
Man, listen, hey, boy.
Okay, because you got me fucked up. When I get to this door, you letting me out.
Listen, I tell people, hey, man, y'all see me in real life, I'm a 5'7" individual, but I have what they call a sleeper body. People don't really think I'm as strong as I really am until I have to show you how strong I really am. Okay? I'm going to knock a door loose. I've done it many times. I'm going to knock a door completely the fuck loose.
Because you're letting me out. I don't give a damn if this is a 2,000-seater congregation or sanctuary.
Yeah.
I'm claustrophobic. Get me up out of here.
Yeah,
Get me the fuck up out of here.
Every time people see like they'll notice me from one way, and then they'll see me in real time and be like, "Damn, your shoulder's big as a motherfucker." Yeah, bro, I'm a tank. My mother made a tank. Like my nigga, you not
Right.
lock a door if you want to.
Right.
All it takes is the space and opportunity. I'm knocking that door over.
Absolutely. Like I'm getting up out of here. So yeah, that's Marvin Sapp. Excuse me. So our last story is about a social media influencer that went viral this past week. Super viral because literally for 2 days, every time I clicked on Twitter, I saw something from his video. And it is Mr. Ashton Hall. He made a video about his morning routine that set the internet on fire. This man wakes up 3:45 a.m. and spends the next 6 hours getting ready for his day. He does various things. He gets up. First off, he goes to the bathroom. He has this tape over his mouth. It looks like one of those things that you put on your nose to get like blackheads off of. But I've never seen it over the mouth. So I don't know exactly what it does for the lips.
What he has on his mouth and his nose keeps him from snoring because he's such a big individual.
Okay, so I figured the nose thing kept him from snoring, but the mouth thing too?
Yeah, the mouth thing keeps you from snoring too because it keeps you focused on breathing out your nose.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So yeah.
So it opens up because when you go to sleep, a lot of people don't know that, especially for a big individual. When you go to sleep, those laps on your nose, they relax, and then that's what happens, and that's what makes snoring happen, because you start breathing out your mouth. But if you close your mouth and then you open up those airways, it just focuses on you breathing out of your nose, which reduces snoring. Okay. That's why it has that.
Okay. Yeah, see, I was thinking it was aesthetic, like he was like exfoliating his lips or something. But
nah, it ain't got nothing to do with exfoliating.
Okay. Well, cool. So yeah, so he takes this he takes the tape off of his mouth. He he brushes his teeth and all that in the bathroom, and then he goes out on his balcony and he does push-ups. And then he also twerks.
You got to say it without laughing. He also does what?
Oh. I can't. Hey.
All right, let's get it together. All right. Okay. So he does push-ups, and then he also does what?
All right.
You got to move something. You got to get yourself together.
Okay. After his push-ups, he squats.
There you go.
To the floor.
I do the same squat, so I get it.
Yeah. So then after that, he takes sparkling water and ice, and puts his face in a bowl of sparkling water and ice. Now, this is a specific bottle of water, which, one moment.
Yes. That there, right there.
So I saw that their stock went through the roof after this went viral.
Listen, I hate that I watched it so late because I tried to see that stock. Stock is too much. It's gonna drop. But it's never gonna rise again. So I wish I would have known him at least a year ago. I would have made at least $4,000 or $5,000.
Dude, because when I tell you, I saw the numbers and I was like, because like once this went viral, there's been so many different people making their own videos and they all are using this water. Mm-hmm. And I just saw it today, just randomly. And I love sparkling water. Love it. I've never seen this sparkling water before.
Never. He's got it. And I was telling people at the job that like, I don't know. He definitely, they probably is a sponsor. He definitely single-handedly is keeping them afloat.
Oh, yeah. 100%. 100%. So, and I haven't opened it yet. I'm about to open it in a second. But, yeah.
Open it on camera and see if it's good enough for you to wash your face with.
Okay, let's do it.
Ooh, listen to that fizz.
Yeah.
Would you wash your face in that?
No, but I'll drink it. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm not mad at it though, but I would drink it. But I'm not gonna wash my face in it now. But he definitely washes his face in it. He does that several times. He also goes to the gym. He goes to the pool. He gets in the shower. He
finally, after watching carbonation off his face.
Right. Then he works from home, so he sets up to work from home, and it looks like he's a consultant.
White butler.
No, he has a black one.
It's a black one?
The one that gave him the towel, I think that's just a person that works in the building. But he has a black butler. Like, because I watched other videos of his. He got a black butler. And I don't know who the lady is that cooked this meal, but he has a lady that hasn't shown her face. We've seen everything but her face. So I don't know if this is his lady or is this a person that works for him or what, but she made his meal, and he eats pretty clean. And, it sounds like he's a consultant. So we heard a little bit from his conversation, Then he dunks his face again, And, just pretty much we just saw his whole routine. This ain't the first time that we've seen people have routines and show us their routines. But for whatever reason, this particular routine. Oh, another thing that we also saw was that after, he got out the shower and whatnot, when he was back in the mirror, he was eating a banana, and then he took the banana peel and wiped his face with it.
Yeah.
But this particular routine just set the internet on blaze.
You forgot to mention. You forgot to mention during the day he has a random person. I don't know if it's his butler that he just maybe he carries his butler around with him all the time like his Batman. But when he's going through the day, he has just a motherfucker just hand him a watermelon slice.
Yeah, it wasn't in that morning routine video though.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was like after his when he ran outside. It was in that video. And excuse me, it was when he went to go shoot hoops. It was in that video too.
Yeah.
Now that was his butler. That black guy that was handing him the watermelon.
Yeah.
That's the one that be like waiting at the door for him to leave for the day and shit. So, but he's not in the morning routine video. But yeah. So, but yeah, the internet had a fun time with parodies. There's been other influencers that have been making similar videos. There's been some people that have just gone to the store and just bought bananas and Saratoga water and just took a picture of it, and everybody knew exactly what they were talking about. There's been people that have put up Saratoga water with ice. We all know what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Like it has just taken the internet by storm. He came out and did a video talking about it. Because I guess like initially when people would copy off of him, he would take it negatively, and now he's starting to take things positively because he's pretty much doing his job.
Bringing me more followers. I mean, shout out to McDonald's for even McDonald's even quoted him on some.
Yep.
This is my morning routine, and instead of Saratoga water, they put Sprite in there.
Put Sprite, yeah.
Which 100% is true. When I was in the ages of 18 to 25. I would go get me a hash brown, and I would get 3 hash browns and a Sprite. Like, so they're 100% right. They're 100% right. Yeah, yeah.
You talking about your insides being fucked
early in the morning.
Right.
Early in the morning, I'll go get 3 hash browns and a Sprite because they didn't serve water at the time, and if you asked for their carbonated water, that shit tasted filthy because they didn't clean the filters. So I would just be like, let me get a Sprite and 3 hash browns.
I can't even do they hash browns. They so damn greasy.
No, you got to ask for fresh one. Early in the morning, I would say, fresh hash browns and a Sprite.
Yeah.
And back in the day, that was on the dollar menu. So I literally was, it was like $4.57 at the end of the day. So I was paying under $5 to be full.
Right.
Now you do that. That shit is gonna be $16.99.
Okay, plus tax.
Man.
But the comments under the McDonald's one was hilarious because they was like, if you dunk your face in that, that's you Two-Face at the end of the day. They had so many damn Two-Face videos. They had like the skin boiling off of people's face. That shit was so funny.
Yeah, because McDonald's Sprite hit you right here. It
do. It's something about that McDonald's Sprite. It just really hit way different.
I think that's why I liked it so much. It provided me in the morning with so much morphine. If I was like, oh, I hate the day, eat your hash brown and drink your McDonald's Sprite, you'll be like, fuck it. All right, what we gotta do today?
Right. Let's go ahead and knock it out. Right.
At this point, I'm fucked up anyway.
Right. So yeah, I've been enjoying the whole social media, having fun with it and whatnot. I did look up because I was just like, what is the thing with the banana peels on the face? I did look it up. Let me see if I can pull it back up. But yeah. The banana peels on the face, like it is a positive thing to that.
No, yeah, I was about to say that's an actual thing. I know at one point when Jasmine was pregnant, that was one of the things that she used to do with her because she's a skin aficionado. And when she was pregnant, that was one of the things that she did was she would do the whole face base and all that, and she would do the banana peel. She also did the banana water, and she would put the peel in the water for a couple of days, let it ferment, and then she would filter it, and then she would spray it in her hair. It was, with the nutrients and vitamins in the banana, I can see people actually following that routine because it actually works.
Okay, yeah. So Google says while banana peels contain antioxidants and may offer temporary benefits like hydration and a slight brightening effect. There's no scientific evidence to suggest they are reliable or effective skincare treatment, and potential risks like pesticide exposure and irritation exist. But then it also says potential benefits, antioxidants. Bananas, including their peels, are rich in antioxidants that can help prevent or help protect the skin from free radical damage. Then the hydration. Some suggest that leaving a banana peel on the skin can help seal in moisture, potentially making skin look smoother. Then brightening. Some users claim the rubbing banana peels on the face can brighten skin. And so then they also have the downsides and risk, but I ain't gonna go into all that.
I mean, I know for a fact that, you know, I know they be like, when you pregnant, your skin glows anyway. But I know when Jasmine was using it, she used it because, you know, she didn't want that whole, because a lot of women, you know, when they get the pregnant face and then the face doesn't go down, what it ends up doing is drooping the face. So it makes people look older than what they really are. And she used it, and Jasmine looks like she's fucking 25. So
she does.
You know what I'm saying? So like I can't talk about the downfall of it. What I will say is I've seen it work with her. She doesn't look like she's 35.
Yeah. Yeah. I have to agree.
Look at her right now, like unless you're like really like trying to analyze her with the baby and all that, you're not gonna think she's the age that she is. And that's what she was doing.
Yeah. Yeah, so it definitely worked on her. Because I will agree, she does not look her age at all. So yeah. But yeah. So what were your thoughts when you first saw this video?
So the first time I seen it, I really just was like, okay, all right, that's that man's routine. Didn't really trip off of it because I seen it and I seen it in passing and then I let it go. And then the next thing I knew, I just seen all these fucking parodies about it, and I was like, what's going on? And so I happened to get on this man's page and noticed that he's been on Instagram for a long time doing this. And this is not the first thing that got him viral. This is the only thing that got him viral on this is because it's hate. People are hating that this is what this man is doing. Like in the beginning, it was purely because he was so big and so fast. And so I was like, oh, he's capitalized on he did in the fitness world, he did what Charleston White did in the media world. He focused on what people don't like about him. And he did this because he was always he was doing workout videos because he's a personal trainer. And then he was also doing speed videos, and everybody was like, "They ain't doing that, and wah. You ain't faster than a car, and boom, 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 boom." All this so extra. And I was like, oh, because I was like, why the fuck? And I'm like, oh, this is hate. He is doing this off of, you know what I'm saying, off the hate that he was getting. Like, so he can speak up and be like, yeah, I was really salty about it. He knew exactly what he was fucking doing. He's purely capitalizing off these niggas hate me because they ain't me.
Yeah.
And so when I realized that, I was like, oh, I don't have anything bad to say about this nigga. At all. Like, if that's what you're doing, do that to the fullest and capitalize off that while you can. You know what I'm saying? One video that I seen with him that went viral is before this whole thing happened, he was getting more women subscribers because he was running and just nothing but shorts, and his dick was slapping both thighs. And so,
you know, I did not notice that. What I noticed is that he runs with a limp. It's
not a limp. It's a he focuses more on speed. So every time he puts that left foot down, it's a jump. It's a boom, 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 boom. Okay. So what you think is a limp is he actually just he's just actually focused on that power leg.
Okay.
His power leg is pushing him forward.
Gotcha.
And that's because he played football. So if and you know what I'm saying, you got
that too.
Yeah. So it's just one of those things. I don't have a problem with what he's doing. And I'm because I'm always an advocate myself. I wake up at 4:30 in the morning. I meditate. I do a meditation, and then I do a daily just cleanse. I turn everything off, and I would just sit there and just listen to the world. So I don't fault what he's doing. Some of the stuff I get why people getting upset because, like, yeah, at 8:30 in the morning, you ain't telling nobody, like, yeah, you just made $10,000. We trying to see how you make $100. Like, nah, yeah, ain't nobody waking up at 8 in the morning talking to you like that fast. But you know what I'm saying? But I get what he's doing. And at the same time, I don't mind what he's doing because if you are not hating, that is what you strive to be. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be that man, but he is actually giving you certain things that you should you should look to try to be. But if you have motivation of trying to be ahead of everybody else, this is the motivation that you need, because anybody who is successful or anybody who has some type of leadership role, they will automatically tell you that you need to be up earlier than everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't hate. I actually think he's doing a phenomenal job. And with 8 million followers and 800 million views, I hope that he keeps doing this.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's obviously found his niche, and I'm not mad at it. And then he went viral. He's gone viral, super viral, more than what I thought he anticipated. So, shout out to him. And I mean, there's a lane for this. I mean, there's been a lane for this.
Yeah, I was about to say there's been a lane for it.
Yeah. It's just with this particular one, it was just like certain things that just really stood out and was funny. Because the 4 a.m. twerk session is hilarious.
I do squats, but let's not call it. But I get it. 100% agree.
Right, because I mean,
because my morning routine, I get up at 4:30. I meditate for at least 10 to 20 minutes. I do my push-ups. And then you know what? I ain't even gonna lie. If I film myself, I do diamond push-ups, I do regular push-ups, and then I do a knee push-up where I go to the full part of my body, and then I go back into a squat in a push-up position. So if I put that on camera, they'd be like, yeah, that nigga getting ready for back shots. But it's literally just getting your hip movement, because I have to wrestle all that. Like if I'm dealing with the individuals that I'm dealing with and they get aggressive, I really have to wrestle all day. So I can't be in a situation where I'm not loose. Yeah,
I got you.
But in real time, if I tape that and niggas seen that, they be like, damn, that nigga getting ready for back shots. Like, this nigga doing this every morning?
Every morning?
That nigga ass loose as a goose.
Man.
So I get it. I get it. But
yeah,
mobility is the key. And I think you know what I'm saying? Again, most people that are hating on it is because they cannot do what he's doing.
Right. And I ain't hating on it. It's funny. Some parts were funny and some parts were just out of curiosity, because I was just like, why are we using bottled water just to dunk our face in? Like, I've seen the dunking of the face before, because that was in Moonlight.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, so that's
an actual thing. I still take cold showers. Like, I'll take a 2-minute cold shower in the morning.
I ain't doing all that. Now I've done what's that thing? When you get into the machine and it's real cold.
Yeah, the ISO thing.
Yeah, I've done that before. And that's a long ass 3 minutes, I tell you that.
So,
but
if I
yeah.
do a major workout in the morning, like if I do a heavy workout,
Mm-hmm.
and where I've got my body like super loop pause, because when you say that just sounds funny. But you get your body like super loop at the same time you still like tight. I'll take a minute or a 2-minute cold shower before I turn on the actual hot water. Just because you have to shock those muscles back into being more relaxed.
Yeah.
If you don't do that, you'll pull something.
Yeah.
Like if you worked out real heavy at 5 a.m. and then
Mm-hmm.
don't hydrate, don't do anything to your body, and then you have to do something strenuous, you'll pull a muscle. So yeah, if I do a heavy workout in the morning, I will take a cold shower and then turn it into so your body can be more relaxed.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's the cryotherapy. That's what I'm thinking of. That's what I've done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, but that, whew. And you know, they try to
you don't have to do sparkling water. What he's doing is cool, especially for your face. If you want to look young, you want to keep your face tight. I mean, you could do that. You don't have to do it with sparkling water. You could actually do it with if you had like a water purifier, or if you just use any type of spring water, you could do that. You don't have to use the sparkling water he does. He's purely doing it because he's getting endorsed by him.
Yeah. And if he wasn't getting endorsed, he is now. Shit. But
now he was getting endorsed from the jump, because who the fuck knew about Saratoga water?
Dude.
Until he came through.
Dude, when I tell you, I literally have never seen that water before. And then I just randomly in a Blue Springs CVS see it.
That's what I'm like.
Yeah.
It's been around. It had to be around. So let's not get it twisted. It's been around. It's probably been in Trader Joe's and Whole Foods, but it didn't get the popularity to be everywhere else until this fucking specimen of a man started putting it on his face.
Right.
So that's exactly what happened. But I'm not one of those people that's gonna bite into he's just doing it for clickbait. Because I am a person that has a daily routine. I do think that he does have a daily routine. Does it have to go that overboard? No, I don't think it's that overboard. But I think, for Instagram or for whatever social media you're on, you got to put the 1 on the 10, and that's just what it is.
So what do you think was extra? Because I believe that he does do a daily routine, and I believe that the majority of it is his daily routine. But what about it do you think was extra?
I believe the majority of it could be his daily routine. What I don't believe is every fucking 2 hours he's dumping his face in the spring water.
Okay, I'll give you that.
I don't believe, and I do believe he's a. Because I know he's a personal trainer, but I don't believe that he's consulting the way he says he's consulting, but not saying that he won't do that in the future. Mm-hmm. I also don't believe that, out of the clear blue, this motherfucker just has a nigga that just gives him watermelon slices. I just think all of those things are getting played up, and that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
I think those things happen. As far as what his daily routine is every day, if all I do is be a personal trainer and consult people, then I believe his everyday routine of like actually moving and shaking and working out, I believe that's 100% him.
I mean, you don't get the body he got.
Exactly. That's what I'm like. Yeah. You can't say that he's just sitting down playing video games, being the person that he is. So I do believe that it's his everyday workout routine is really that.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's definitely getting use out of the amenities in his building.
Would too. And I mean, after and I ain't even gonna lie, after maybe because it takes a while for you to start getting residuals. So maybe at the end of the year, with 8 million followers, and then niggas motherfuckers be doing that when they subscribe to you, so they pay a certain amount for you to get subscribed and all that. Maybe after the next 6 months he will be able to like really be on some I live this shit. Like I got a nigga that I pay $2,000 a month to give me a fucking watermelon every time I ask for one. Maybe he'll go through that. But right now I think a lot of it was fluff, but I think the majority of it, especially his workout routine, I really do think it's real, because as a personal trainer, you really don't have nobody that you have to sit and clock into.
Yeah. Right.
I feel like people doing parodies about him is helping him out more, and I know 100% he ain't mad at it. I think the people that are hating on him are niggas that don't do shit. Like the people that are hating on them, if they asked them to take their shirt off and take a picture, they would be like, "No, I'm embarrassed."
Right.
They would never do the shit they do.
They're not doing that at all. But you know what? Hey, all of it works. So shout out to Ashton Hall.
Listen, yeah. I seen this. I actually happened to see he didn't do a lot in college, but his high school football career, he was a dangerous man.
Yeah. I saw that when he was in college, he got redshirted. Yeah.
And I don't know if it was because of injuries or whatever was going on, but in high school, that nigga was dangerous.
Yeah. Well, that's what's up. Well, I don't have any final thoughts. So, Jerry's final thoughts, take it away.
Jerry's final thoughts is this. I spoke on it earlier, but I will say this. Everybody just listen to me. Take time to really just understand where you're at in life and put yourself in a category. If you are one of those people that believe that you are one of one, that nobody else can be you, understand that one of one can only lead zeros. And the reason why I say that is because if you're one of one, that means nobody else can duplicate or try to be better than you. So you can only lead a zero or a person that ain't doing shit. You have to put yourself in a category of, I am going to be top 10 of everything. Because in order to be top 10, that means 9s, 8s, 7s, 6, 5, 4s, 3, 2, 1. They all have to follow the 10. If you don't believe that in life, that is why you're still stuck where you're at. It's not one of those things where I'm trying to sell you some or push you into some type of propaganda. It is what it is. A lot of us as Black people, we always strive on only being one. It can only be one of us. It's can only be one of us. But if you started off and you're the one who started it all, and you bring 10 people, or 9 people, then those 9 people follow you. So stop trying to think about being one of one and start trying to be a 10. And as always, take care of yourself and others.
All right. Well, thank you for that. And
hope that made sense to you, bitch ass niggas. No, I'm just I didn't want to do that. I'm just sorry, but I do hope that makes sense to y'all.
Yeah. So that was episode 154 of the Ish We Talk, and we will see you guys for episode 155. Bye.
Exactly.